everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel Webcoder. Today I'm going to show you guys that how to make a simple sign up form like this with HTML and CSS. So in this sign up form I have used a background here and also an icon image, and after that I have used a heading here. Down below here I have used two input, one for our email, second for password. After that I have used the agreement section with a checkbox, and down below here I also used two buttons, one for our sign up, second for login with Gmail. And between the buttons I have used a or paragraph with a horizontal line here. At last I have used a paragraph with the signing link. Now let's go and start our code. But before that, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and also turn on a notification for the latest updates. So after that, now let's go and start. So first of all, create a new folder. So inside your new folder, make another folder of image. And inside the image folder, make sure you have two images, one for background, second for your icon section. And I suggest you guys to download the icon as a PNG file or PNG type, so later on you can use it well. So now let's go and open your editor. So I'm using Visual Studio Code. If you guys want to know how to download and install the Visual Studio, so I already made a video on that, so you can go and check the description of this video and you can find the link and you can know or learn from there how to download and install. So inside your editor, okay, first create a new file and save in the same folder that you made. Okay, save the file as a index.html and create another new file here and save it in the same folder as a style.css. So go to your index.html and write down the primary code for the HTML and name a title. Okay, let's say how to make a sign up form. So now link your style page to your index by this code link. Okay, type the name of your style page here and now come to the body section here and create a div. Sorry, create a div with the class name of sign up. Okay, inside your div, create one heading and give a text as a sign up now. So after the heading, create a form, and we don't want to give any action because we don't want to use any data or database. So simply create inside your form two input. So the first input type need to be as a email and give a class here. I will say give me a class name of input box and also give a placeholder, and in placeholder just write down enter your email. Okay, since we need two inputs, simply just copy the first input and paste it, and now change the type to password and change the placeholder to enter your password. Okay, so after that what we need to write down a paragraph of agreement section. So I will say in our paragraph, I agree with the terms of services. So since we need a checkbox also, so we need to create a checkbox inside our paragraph, but it need to be in span, or because we want to have it as an inline, so give it inside a span. So give an input and give the type to checkbox. Okay, now we will go and see our index page or view it as a our browser. So as you can see in the browser, so we have created a heading here first and two input, one for our email, second for password. So also we have an agreement section here with the checkbox. So what we need to do, we need to give some styling. So first of all, we are going to install our body, and also we will install this our sign up form. So now let's go to the editor and go to your style page. Since first of all we need to style the body, so simply call the body here. What we will do, we will give the margin to 0 because we want to have our own margin. So give the all primary margin, let's say give the primary margin to 0. Same with the padding. Okay, so now we want to give let's see a font to our text. So we'll say call the font family. I like to use the sans serifs, so you can use any font you like. So after that we need to give a background, so I will say give me a background image, since why I'm using the background as an image. So I will say give me a background image. I will give a URL to that, and I will say go inside the folder of image and select the image. Let's say which image. Now go to your image folder and see the image name is image7 or img7.jpg. So simply type the image name. So I'll say image7 and the type is jpg. And let's see if it's worked with the browser. Now go to your browser and refresh it. Yes, okay, we created our image as our background. So as you can see in the original one, the background is uh, complete, but in the second it's not complete. What we do, simply we will say okay, uh, bring the background image size to as a cover, because we want to have it as a cover, and also bring the background position to center because we want to have our image into the center. And now let's view it in browser. Okay, it's good. As far as it is good, now we have to install our sign up form. So we need to bring it to the middle and we need to give some color and do the rest styling on that. So now go to your editor and select the sign up form class name. So simply just copy the sign up class name here and put it with the dot, since the dot is the sign for the class. Okay, what we do in sign up, we will say give us a width. First of all, give us a width of 320 pixel, and also I want to give a background here. So give me a background. Let's say a background, uh, let's say background of, I think, a white background. I'm using hexadecimal color. So let's view it in our browser. As you can see, yeah, our background has been applied here. So what we need to do, we need to bring this to middle. For that, I need to call the margin here. So give me margin. I'll say simply give me 8% margin from the top. Say give me 8% margin from the top, and I'll say from the right and left put it to auto because I want to bring it to the center, and from the last or from bottom simply bring it to the 0. Okay, now let's go and see the changes into browser. As you can see, we brought the sign up form in the middle. So what else we need to do? We need to give some space between this. So we need to give some padding for that. And also we need to give some box shadow. And also we need to bring the text to center. So first of all, we need to give that a padding. So I will say, give me a padding. Let's say a padding of 20 pixel. Okay. And also give me a box shadow. So give me a box shadow. Sorry, box shadow. I would say box shadow, let's from the top 0, and so, for the right also 0, and from bottom 2 pixel, and from the left also 0 pixel. And also want to call the RGBA color here. So I will say give the color red to 0, so with the green 0 and also blue 0, and alpha I want to put it to 0.3 or 0.3. So let's see the changes to the browser. As you can see, we gave the padding from here. So and same with the shadow down here. So for now we want to bring the texts to the center. So simply we will call the text align here, text align to center. Okay, now let's see the changes. Okay, as you can see, the text are now in the center. So now let's go and install the sign up heading here and also our input. So for that we need to do or call the heading first. So I will say go to the sign up clause and call the heading first, and we need to do the install. So what we will do, we will simply say give me a color. Since I'm using a blue color for that, I will use the color to hexadecimal, and the hexadecimal color is 1C8ADB, and it's a color for that. And let's see if it works in the browser. Refresh it. Yes, still we have these changes, but we need to give extra space from the bottom. So for that I need to create a margin from bottom. So I need to give extra space here. So what I will do, I will call the margin bottom here, and I will give it to 30 pixel because I don't want to give a lot, just simple as like this. And as you can see, we have a little space between these. So now we want to do installing the input. Okay, so let's go and install our input. Okay, I will say install the input. So what was the class name for that? It was input box. Simply copy the name here and type it with the dot because it's the sign of class. And first of all, we need to give a width for our input. I will say give me an input, sorry, a width of 95%, because yeah. And also I will give let's say give me a border. For that I will say border, let's say 1 pixel, sorry, 1 pixel, solid, which color, let's say darker gray. What is, I think, 999. Okay, let's see. Yes, as you can see here, so simply we created the width and so with the border. And what else we need to do, we need to give some spaces. Okay, so we need to give some margins, and also we need to give spaces between the inside the between them also. So for the first of all, we need to give some margin for that. I will say give me a margin, I will say give me a margin of 10 pixel from three side, and the loss I need to bring it to 0, and let's see if it works. Okay, yes, we created spaces, but still we need to make the space between the each input. So what I will do, I will say give me a padding because I want to have a extra space inside the our input also. So for that I will call the padding here, give me a padding. So I will say give me a padding from four side 10 pixel, and let's see. Yes, we have created well. And what else we need to do, we need to change the shape of our border here. As you can see, we have here. So what else we need to do, we have to change the border shape. So for that I need to call the border reduce, and I will simply put it to 20 pixel because I don't want to have any extra on that. So let's check in browser. So we have changed the shape, and else we need to do, we need to bring the text to the center. Same, we will call again the text align, let's say to the center, and let's check it to the browser. Okay, it's good as far. So rest we need to do, we need to create our two buttons here. So for the buttons, and after that we need to create between the buttons one or paragraph and also horizontal line. At last we have to create a paragraph with the signing link. So first of all, go to your index page, and after the paragraph we need to create here two buttons. So simply call the button here, and also inside the button give a type. I would say give me a type, and so I want to put the type to button, and I also want to give it a class. So I will put the class name to first of all as a, let's say, sign up button. So the shortcut for button is btn. So I will put the name to sign up button, and I will put the text as a sign up. Okay, since we need two buttons, simply copy the first button and paste it, and this time we need to change the class name to, let's say, to Gmail button. Okay, Gmail button, and also I want to put the text as a, let's say, log in with Gmail. Okay, so now let's go and check to browser and simply refresh. Okay, as you can see here, we have two buttons, but still we need to bring one paragraph and a horizontal line between them. So what we do, we go and in between them, we will create first of all a horizontal line, and let's check it to the browser, as you can see. And also we need to create a paragraph of or. So what I will do, I will call a paragraph here, and I will put the text to or, and also I will give a class later that I can use the class name simply. So I will call the class name as a or, and let's check it to the browser and refresh it. As you can see here, we have our or paragraph. At last, what we need to create a paragraph at down and a signing link here. So I will go after our two buttons. I will just create a paragraph here, and I will put a tag to, let's say, say do you have an account? Sorry, do you have an account? If you do have, then give a link here and put the link to let's say let's inactive here and simply say sign in. Okay, now let's go and check to our browser. Okay, we have this here, but still we need to install our sign up button and or and these two button and the horizontal line also. So what we will do, we'll go and style our button first. So go to your style page, and now we have to do styling the button. So what I will do, I will call the button. Okay, and what I will do first, I will give a width. Let's say give me a width of 100% because I want to have the 100% area, and also I will give a color. Let's say color to white. So I will put the hexadecimal code for that, and let's check it to browser. Simply refresh your browser. Okay, as you can see here, so now we need extra spaces between so individually for our buttons. So I will do I will give some padding for that. I will say give me a padding sorry, give me a padding to, let's say, 10 pixel for that. Okay, and let's check to the browser. Since we have this padding for individual buttons, so what I will do next, I will change the shape as we have changed it for our input. So I will call the border reduce here. I'll call simply the border reduce. Let's say to same it was 20 pixels, so I'll put 20 pixel, and I will check to the browser by refreshing. As you can see here, we have this, but still as you can see here, we have this outline here, but I want to put this outline and also the border to 0 or to none. Simply I will do here, give me a border, and I will put it to none, and also I will put the outline to none, or simply it means to nothing or 0, as you can see here. So what else I need to do here, in original, as you can see, whenever our cursor mouse goes on each button, so it changes its shape. So what we will do here, we will do the same in here. So for that we need to call the cursor browser to pointer. So I will say give me a cursor pointer. So let's see if it works with that. Refresh it, and now you can see whenever I take my my cursor mouse, and it will give a pointer to here. So now we have to do some styling for our sign up button individually, one for our sign up and second for our login. So now let's go and select the uh, let's see the sign up button name class here, and write it down with the dot here because it's a sign for the class. And since we are styling the sign up button, so we need to change the color. So I would say give me a background color for that. Let's say give me a background color. I would say give me the color for that is, let's say it was, see what was the first color for that. yeah, blue. So simply give me a color of blue. And as you can see, the hexadecimal for that was uh, 1CD at 1C at a dB. So simply type that, and let's go and refresh the page to the browser, and it works. So we need to give the color for the login also, and it is I think reddish. So let's go and give that and select the sign up clause, and it was Gmail button. So select simply the name and put it with the dot, which is the sign for the clause, and now give a background color for that. Background color, I will put it to the red, and the hexadecimal for that is DD 4 times 4. And as you can check in your browser, it has changed the color. So now what we will do, we will gonna style the horizontal line, and after that we are going to style our or. So simply select the horizontal line here, and what we will do, we will give some margin from the top, because we want to create some space from the area or from the top here. So I will call the margin top. Let's say give me a margin top, let's say 20 pixel, because I don't want to have extra space. So let's see. Yes, here we have some space, but now we have to go and install our class here, because we want to bring it here and we want to give some width and color for that. So I will give the class name here. As you can see, we already give the class for our which was or which was the or. So what I will do here, I will give a width of, let's say, width of uh, 30 pixel, and also I will give a background color for that background color, and the color I need to put it to white. Why I need to put it to white? Because as you can see in this, and our sign up form is also have a white background, because I want to put the or to here, and I want to have that I have to put it to white, because I want to bring it to here and to cover the background of this. So for that I need to do that. So now let's go and refresh our page here. As you can see here, it works here, but still it comes to here. But we will bring this to this area. For that we need to do some margin. So what I will do, that I will give a margin. Okay, and the margin, since we are going to up, so I will simply give me a minus margin here. I will say give me a minus margin of 19 pixel, and also I want to put it to auto, because I want to bring it to the center, and also from the bottom I will say give me 10 pixel. Let's go and check it into browser. As you can see here, that's why I said if we want to give a white background, because it will cover the horizontal line background. That's why we need to give the color to white. Okay, so as you can see here, we have created our sign up here, as you can see in the original, but at last what is remaining is the image icon. So what we will do, first of all, we need to call the image in our index file. So after div, okay, call the image here, and the sources, I will say go inside the image folder and select the image. Which image? Let's go and check the name and select the image icon 3, and the type is also in PNG. That's why I told you guys that to, or suggest you guys to download it as a PNG type. So here I need to type the name of our icon. So it was icon 3 or 7, I think. Let's go and check it again, and let's go. It was icon 3. So put the name, and with the type it was PNG. And now let's go and check to the browser. Yes, we have here, but still our image or icon is not styled. So what we will do, we will give some width, and also we need to bring it to here. So for that we will need to go to our style page, and we need to call the image here for styling, and I will say just give me a width for that, and the width is need to be as a 70 pixel. And now let's go and check the size. Okay, as you can see, the size is equal to the original one, but still we need to bring this at here or at the top of our sign up. So for that, what I need to do, I need to give some margin, but this time I will give a margin from the top. So I will call the margin from the top. I will say give me a margin, say margin from the top. Okay, give the margin to, let's say, since I'm going to upper, I need to put it the minus. So let's give a 50 pixel, and let's go and check to our browser here, and that's it. Yeah guys, as you can see, our sign up form successfully have been created. So thank you guys for watching, and if you are not subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and also turn on your notification for the latest update. And if you guys also have any question, so please let me know in comment section, and I will answer you guys as quick as I can. And once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys at the next video. Bye.